producer Rob sent me a thing with a link to his YouTube thing. It's overwhelming, man, how much music he has. If I can use it all. Really astounding. The fucking guy's got tons of music.
Welcome back to the Water Left Frog podcast. This is episode 4, season 1. We have one more episode in the season. We'll be wrapping that one up next week. But tonight, we've got a couple songs. Going to go ahead and put them on the turntables and see how they spin this evening. First up, it's a song called Catfish Fried. This is a new song. It's only about 6 months old. This is one of those rare songs that I wrote while I was trying to record the song. Most often, I try to put a song down, get a rough demo of just the acoustic guitar and my voice, so I kind of have an idea of what the song sounds like. But this was very different from that. This one, right from the start, a guitar was plugged into an amp. We had all the mics set up in the studio, and it just felt real good. So we just started working with it. I've got some good folks here that work in the studio with me, so they know when the energy is right and start to capture things, and this was definitely one of those evenings. I'm not trying to have themes tonight, but it is Lent, and there are definitely 2 songs I want to get in here that are Lent related. So if you know Catholics, there's going to be a fish fry on Friday. So this is Catfish Fried. Imagine the measure of these words that are falling. They're forced to be read. Reminds me of war and peace. Some peeked around our heads. The path ahead remains well hidden. Summer's like a whisper. And in my imaginary life, thought it would be easier. Shows the truth behind the eyes. Any other kid would have said, Mama, it's alright. Chained together, the 2 of us, a couple of fools, laughing in the open sunlight. A bucket of blues, yeah. We were catfish fried. She held me close as I fell down, closing arms under the Stone Creek. We were talking to ghosts and talking to cops, dreams we keep. And as I rocked the feet fell beside the bed, right the antelope faded in the dark. In the dark, chained together, the 2 of us, a couple of fools, laughing in the open sunlight. A bucket of blues, yeah. We were catfish fried. She held me down with the weight of her body. As the sun went down, she said, you were the one, just let me go. I'll take this world down. And she wants to be the one who shares this story, show the truth behind the eyes. Any other kid would have said, Mama, it's alright. Chained together, the 2 of us, a couple of fools, laughing in the open sunlight. A bucket of blues, yeah. listen to that, I am just going to go out there and say I'm really proud of my slide guitar playing on this one. I thought it was really good. I keep listening back going, dang, I kind of sound like a guitar player there. That's pretty impressive. I amuse myself. The next song up, we're just going to continue with this Lent theme. So this song is called Ash Wednesday. This was written probably around 2003, 2004. I don't know why I wrote a song called Ash Wednesday, but I surely did. This one has some really good production. I believe this is Tucker Parsons from Darna on drums. I'm sorry if I'm not remembering this correctly. I know I'm playing bass and keyboards and acoustic guitars and all the other stuff, but I think this was pretty much just a two-man crew. What I do remember for sure is that the guitar part was played on my G&L F100. I had just gotten the guitar essentially repaired and brought back to life with some new pickups and everything, so it has kind of a unique sound. So when I played it this evening, I was like, oh, I totally remember that. Sometimes those guitars just stick in your head, and this one definitely has a certain sound. This is Ash Wednesday.
Time is fading fast. Across the tracks I'm racing towards a creek. Sunlight falling and our lips I seal. I wash your tails falling out and we fly. We fly. Against the door, I'm a prisoner on the run. Treehouse is falling and the fire dies in the rain. I'm covered in crimson and the tears start to come down. She's hiding her face from me. Funny, but I can see those eyes. Are they looking? She can be faithful when she's lying. She's lying. And she walks and I face and dancing on the edge of goodbyes. And I sleep in her hands, hoping that this never ends. It's Ash Wednesday. Ashes on my head. Waiting for the cars to drive past the church. Whitewashed hair and the leaves flying by. Taking the sin out of my hands. Out of my hands. She's hiding her face from me. Funny, but I can see those eyes. Oh, they're looking. She can be faithful when she's lying. She's lying. She walks in our face, dancing on the edge of goodbyes. And I sleep in her hands, hoping that this never ends. It's Ash Wednesday, ashes on my head.
So now I'm going to end the Lent theme for the rest of the podcast because I don't have any more songs that have to do with Lent. The next song, we're going to dig back into the Daniels archive, and this is my second favorite Daniel song, just behind Earthbound. This song is called Hammer I Lay Down, which is interesting because the lyrics in the song say, "The hammer I never lay down." I don't know what occurred when I started putting titles to songs, but the lyrics and the title don't match on this, and I'm well aware of that. I love this song because this took my writing in a completely different direction. I have to say there's a local group, and they're called Matahuchi, and they played a lot of shows at Sally T's. Those guys were so good at what they did. When I got to see them play pretty much every week, every other week at Sally's, they put a fire under me. They had great songs, and they probably have no clue that this occurred, but they pushed me so hard to want to write better songs just to keep up with them. I remember very vividly playing at Sally T's. I had just written the song. I'm playing it. So Matahuchi's in the audience, and they've been watching me play my set for the night. Again, solo acoustic by myself, not with the Daniels. And after the set, I got probably the biggest compliment that I could have ever asked for. The bass player came up and complimented me on the song. He even quoted lyrics. Like, as a songwriter, that is your ultimate. Someone quoting your lyrics back? Oh, couldn't ask for more. And I'm like, thanks, man. And, of course I play it cool, but that was a huge compliment for another musician and another songwriter to acknowledge the work that I was doing, to push to that next level. That meant a lot. This particular version of the song is the Daniels version. So we have Mark on drums, Aaron on bass, and then me on guitar and vocals. I tell you, I play with two of the best musicians around.
Lemons in the wounds of my lips. 'Twas a grace of God that fell. Flowers laid upon your doorstep. The boys of tales as they howled at us. And as the vampires laid on the floor, stoned and dazed, I wandered to the garden, with the sunflowers pointed to the ground. In the breeze as I'm told by the river. And I am not this flower that you wasted, but it's these files and pens
That's some good stuff right there. I do like my music. I'm my biggest fan. I admit it. I'm not shy of that piece. So the Daniels are doing rehearsals right now, trying to get together at least once a month to knock out some tunes and get ourselves back into shape. So that leads to the next song. We've been putting together just songs to work through. And so one of the songs is an older song from the first Daniel CD called 0 to Nothing. And the version that I'm going to play tonight is a little different. It is not the one from the first CD. And the reason I bring this song tonight is because each morning I get up, one of the first things I do is get my practice time in for the day. While my daughter's getting ready for school, I'm downstairs practicing. And unfortunately, the noise goes through the entire house. I feel sorry for anyone that lives with musicians because we are a noisy bunch. So I overheard my daughter and my wife talking about the song, and I think my daughter is sick of it, to say the least. But unfortunately, I have to practice the song a lot to be able to get it right when it comes time to perform. So this one is definitely for my kid who hates this song. This is called 0 to Nothing.
Execution style, baby. So they're loading their guns. You think we could make it out of this alive? I can smell the laughter and a fierce delight. Alright. She's a prisoner every time she daydreams. The things she's done, Lord, that Babylon hasn't seen. Uncertain glory, not fit for a saint. Square pegging around her is what she is. Lord, she'll always be. She'll always be. 0 to nothing, that's where a clock goes. The radio works, that's grace under pressure. As far as she's concerned, as far as she's concerned. Jerry Bill, cow seeking refuge. This rundown Buick, plates from Alaska. Oh, she's shifting ground. And a 0 to nothing, that's where a car goes. The radio works, that's grace under pressure. As far as she's concerned, as far as Jesse parks the car on humble screen. The boy has his honor and belief. Famous last words of the circle. Now she got a view from Alaska. The unknown daughter and her favorite tunes. Crash landing. Swine of a Sunday, rising in the afternoon, just throws her car in to go. She fingers goes down a freeway. She'll hit the earth in a broken down Buick. The plates from Alaska. And a 0 to nothing, that's where a car goes. The radio works, that's grace under pressure. As far as she's concerned, as far as she's concerned.
Next up, we're going to go ahead and put a quarter in the jukebox, and we're going to play a John Lennon song this evening. I do love my John Lennon songs. I don't think his work, particularly his solo work, gets nearly the amount of attention that I think it should. Instant Karma was one of those songs that came out. People forget about it, but when they hear it, they're like, oh, what a great song. I personally love this song. The story that I know is that this song was written by John, recorded very quickly, and then pressed to a 45 without even what would be considered maybe a proper mix. He was like, it sounds good enough, put it out. On this particular recording, I'm playing guitar, and I think I'm playing bass. I don't remember. I know Mark from the Daniels is playing drums. We bounce tracks back and forth between the two of us, and this is the finished product. This is called Instant Karma.
Instant karma's gonna get ya. It's gonna knock you right in the head. You better get yourself together. Pretty soon you're gonna be dead. What in the world you thinking of? Laughing in the face of love. What on earth you trying to do? It's up to you. Karma's gonna get you. Gonna look you right in the face. Better get yourself together, darling, and join the human race. How in the world you gonna see? Laughing at fools just like me. Who on earth you think you are? A superstar? Yeah, what you are. The moon, the stars, and the sun, we all shine on. Everyone, come on, yeah. Instant karma's gonna get you. Gonna knock you right off your feet. Better recognize your brothers and everyone you meet. The moon, the stars, and the sun, we all shine on. Come on and on and on, yeah. And we all shine on. The moon, the stars, and the sun, and we all shine on. On and on and on, yeah. And we all shine. The moon, the stars, and the sun.
Wow, I was just listening back to that track and that recording, and I remember how much I blew out my voice trying to get that ripped vocal sound. That one hurt. I can hear the pain in my voice as I'm listening to that now. Take care of your voice, kids. It's the only voice you got. So that wraps up this episode of the Water Left Frog Podcast, episode 4, season 1. We've got one more episode for the season, and it'll actually be a flashback to a previous podcast from way back when. I want to thank the staff here at Center Neptune Studios for all their behind-the-scenes work. I want to thank our legal team, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, for all their legal advice, keeping us above board. And lastly, I want to thank the musicians that helped me out on these songs, particularly Aaron and Mark. Do a great job keeping me in good company. Until next time, thank you very much for listening. I hope the path forward is clear and positive.